My name's Alison Price. I'm the Managing Director of SoilCyclers. We specialise in mobile soil amelioration and remediation using Trommel screens. I get a lot of questions about why would you ameliorate with a Trommel screen, and I think the best way to describe that is that you're aerating the soil, you're sifting waste out of the soil, and you're mixing stuff with the soil all in the one process. Ameliorating and blending things with topsoil is an art form. Absolutely, there's a lot of science involved, but there's also a lot of operator skill involved in making sure you get an accurate mix. There's a lot of specifications now that require construction projects, highway projects to reuse their site soil, and those specifications are all around soil chemistry. There's a new emerging field of soil science called soil biology that I believe will be the next most important thing.
The reason that I prefer ameliorating with a trommel is, first and foremost, you need to bring the soil back to life. So you've got a topsoil that's been sitting there in a large pile that's anoxic, basically void of any biology. Biology is the key. So I like to screen and ameliorate through trommels because it screens the material and it brings the oxygen back through the whole profile.
Clays and black soils are seen as difficult to deal with in soil amelioration and remediation. Our process actually fixes that because we make them friable by breaking them up in the screening process at the same time as we're mixing materials with them. We don't use flat deck screens because there's just not enough movement in the screening process to get a proper mix. We don't use sieve buckets because they're too slow, and again, you're not having a lot of movement in the screening process to get a good mix. And we don't use in situ amelioration because it's really only mixing the top 5 centimetres of the soil, and contamination is rarely just on the top 5 centimetres. We believe that Trommel screens are the most effective way to blend materials with most types of soil, in particular heavy clay soils and black soils.
If they get the soil right, they can downsize trees, they can reduce the number of trees, because if you put a great tree in crappy soil, it'll die. If you put a very small tree or a tube stock in fantastic soil, it will outgrow and outperform that larger tree in the landscape.
Something that's always been really important for SoilCyclers is doing the right thing, not just for our clients, but for the environment and the project as well. One of the major pluses of doing what I do is we get to come to work and save clients money while doing the right thing for the environment.